Thank you, everyone, for another episode of Community Showcase. My name is Michael Gauthier, again with Mike Gauthier Homes. Today, we have the pleasure and honor of being with Chelsey Love, the owner-operator of Chelsey Love Nutrition. She's a registered dietitian here right in Calgary. I'm super excited to be able to talk to her today and get to know a little bit more about her and what she does helping her clients in the community. So welcome, Chelsey, to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So why don't we just dive right into it? If you could just let some of the listeners know a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I'm a registered dietitian, like you said. My business is Chelsey Love Nutrition. I'm totally virtual now, and definitely the COVID pandemic assisted that. I was about 95% virtual before.
Wow.
And then just moved 100%, and people are liking that, right? We're used to doing the virtual meetings. And so I have 2 young kids, and it works really well for my commute to just go down to my basement office and to do my one-on-one consultations and then just go on up and cook supper. And
that's amazing. Yeah, I was just going to say, like, it's so good to be able to have that. And you can still be in someone's kitchen or living room, like in their own dwelling, helping them one-on-one, but you don't have to physically get there. So that's great, right?
Oh, exactly. Like, people will take me along from their phone and bring me to their fridge, to their pantry. We can label read together. Everything is right there. They have their supplements that they're taking. Whereas in my office before, we didn't always have that. So it's been a nice transition for sure.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think it actually, there's a component of it being a different hands-on experience, right? As opposed to you sitting in an office. So that's great. If you could just start off by telling me maybe some tips, 3 things that anyone could start doing right now to have, a better relationship with food, or just kind of having a healthier, connection with food.
Absolutely. I think that's one of my specialties is bridging the gap between knowledge in nutrition and the practical side of things. How do I translate what I know about nutrition and actually apply it to life in a way that's realistic? And so 3 things I think we can do to improve our relationship with food. And I know this is only going to scratch the surface, but it'll plant a few seeds maybe.
That's it. Yeah.
The first thing, and probably the most important thing, is to get rid of the all or nothing mindset when it comes to food. Too often I see people wanting to be perfect, or they're going to start a new diet and they're going to do this perfectly to a T. And then they have a bad day, or they get sick and they forget about their goals, or they had a bad week, or something happens. It's Halloween and they ate some Halloween candy. And then they say, I ruined it. I messed up. Diet's ruined. I'll start again Monday, or I'll start again January 1st, or pick a day. And then the cycle continues. And it doesn't have to be like that. The pendulum doesn't have to swing from one end to the other. Like, pick 1 or 2 small goals that you can do that feel realistic for you, and then build from there. And I think that's truly the second thing, is don't try to change your whole routine in 1 week. Pick 1 or 2 things. Are you going to add a fruit to your breakfast? That's a great goal for a week.
Right.
Are you going to work on packing lunches more for work, and eating out less at lunches? Pick 1 realistic thing, but then follow through on that promise you made to yourself.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Little steps. I mean, don't try to change everything all at one time, right?
Exactly. Yep. Another one is to learn cooking skills, like the basics. Too often, I work with a lot of young adults that don't have the skills. They don't understand cooking, like, from the basics. And with nowadays, with skip the dishes and takeout and drive-throughs, like, it's so easy to get by and to not have skills. So even just like learning some simple knife skills, or some key dishes, like how to make a bomb stir fry, or how to roast sweet potato, how to make a salmon dish, or how to barbecue chicken breast, or it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, I'm trying to say, build the skills so that you can feel confident in when you're trying to do the nutrition-y things.
Well, and that's just, and anyone can do that nowadays. You can go online and figure out, you can
Yes.
Google and YouTube how to do all that basic stuff. You don't have to go through culinary school to figure that stuff out, right?
There's
So
a
that's huge.
lot out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So with this next one, I know, like you said, you're a mother of two.
Mhm.
Is there any simple things that, for parents out there, I'm a parent of two as well, that we can try to do on top of what you already said with promoting healthy eating and just that relationship again with food with our children?
Absolutely. Yes. Ever since becoming a mom, I think I've been even more aware of subtle diet culture that can sneak in. Um, One of the things that I think is really important when it comes to feeding kids is to be that role model, to see you prepare food, to have them see you eat vegetables, to eat fruit, to eat breakfast, to drink water. Kids are going to see how we treat our bodies.
Right.
It's kind of show them rather than tell them. And the second point I was going to make is to not pressure them. Maybe you put vegetables on your kid's plate, and it can be really human nature to want to encourage, like, have 2 more bites of broccoli, and to kind of pressure, either intentional or not. It actually has the opposite effect of what you're going for. So if you're pressuring a kid to eat, it probably makes them want to eat less.
Right.
And if you're pressuring a kid, like restricting them in any way, it actually makes them want to eat more or hide and sneak foods.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to get a kid to eat more or less and you're pressuring in any way, it's usually going to backfire and actually cause the other thing that you're trying to
Right.
accomplish.
Good to know. Absolutely. I think
So
that's
less
very,
pressure.
yeah, very important for the parents out there to kind of be cognizant of that for sure. Can you tell me anything that's exciting, new, anything that's happening in the world of like nutrition or food that people might have to look forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking of trends in food and nutrition that might be coming up in 2022. There's been a lot of new food products regarding legumes lately. So you might have noticed there's like lentil snacks and lentil pastas and chickpea pastas and roasted chickpea snacks and that sort of thing. And apparently I was reading that sunflower is going to be popular and trendy in 2022. So not just like sunflower seeds, but like using sunflower, kind of like how we do almond in like dairy alternatives, like almond milk. There might be sunflower milk next year. Who knows? We'll
Can you
see.
speak to that at all? Like with your experience as far as using sunflower for different things, use it yourself much or recommend it to clients?
Yeah, it's a great product for sure in terms of healthy fats and some protein for sure. It can be used in like a nut free. Some people with allergies might be able to do a sunflower product, and like in the dairy alternative section. I mean, that's just blowing up now. There's plenty. It used to just be like soy milk and almond milk, and now there's cashew milk and oat milk and
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing, Mike, on the food trends that I wanted to add was the technology around meal planning is improving so much lately. And there's a really cool platform that I offer to my clients called Eat Love. Okay. And as a practitioner, it's really cool because I can be really specific with each individual's nutrition prescription and be really specific with food preferences, allergies, medical conditions, ways that they enjoy eating, whether that's lower carb or Mediterranean or eating for heart health or for diabetes. I can be so specific with this meal planning technology and also translate that into just delicious recipes for clients.
I love that.
It's like no other meal planning platform that I've ever used before. And I've been doing this for a long time now.
Right.
But my clients are loving it. So for people that like need some help with meal planning or need like just recipe ideas, This technology is top of the line. And so I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, it's called Eat Love.
You know what? Yeah, I would love to actually go into a little bit more detail on this. So maybe we'll set up another call and I'll actually go through it with you. I think that sounds fantastic. So last question that I have, where can people find you and how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, sure. They can apply to work with me on my website. It's chelseylove.nutrition.com.
Okay.
I'm on social media. Most of my handles are Dietition Chelsey. And that's on Instagram and Twitter. And the Facebook group is Chelsey Love Nutrition. And the best way to reach me is on the website if you're interested in talking with me about setting up coaching. I always offer a 15-minute free clarity call to answer any questions and make sure we're a good fit. Often I will refer clients to other experts if I'm not the best expert for a situation. I'm always happy to connect the individual to the best expert. So
awesome.
That's
great. I love that. I think that's just, it shows kind of true honesty of who you are as an individual, and knowing that it's about what's best for the client. It's about what's best for the person who's coming to you for help, right?
Always. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking your time to meet with me today and being able to provide some really, really good insight and advice to our listeners. So thank you for that. I want to acknowledge you for everything that you do for your clients currently and in the future. I know you're going to be doing some really good things. So I'm really excited to be following you and just like listening to all of your accomplishments that you are going to go through in the next years to come.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.